Hi folks, Mr. Stavis here again. We've got a new reading in front of us today about the electron transport chain, or ETC. Just looking at it, I can see we have a pretty complicated diagram with a lot of parts. So today's reading is going to be a great opportunity to practice a style of notes we call referring to the diagram, and we're going to, you guessed it, refer to the diagram as we go. So let's get started. I'm starting right here. You've read about NADH and FADH2 and how they are electron carriers. Well, what happens to these molecules when they finally get to the ETC, and what the heck is an ETC anyway? Well, mitochondria have an outer and inner membrane. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Let's take a look at our diagram, and first thing I notice is we have sort of a zoomed out picture of mitochondria, and it's showing me outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay, and when I look at the diagram, I can see, all right, well, this is the inner membrane. Okay, so this membrane is right in the middle of the mitochondria. All right, continuing. The ETC is a chain of proteins, all right, and again, I'm coming back up to my picture, and I can see all these proteins in a row, all right, lined up in that inner membrane of the mitochondrion. The high-energy electrons carried by NADH and FADH2 are dropped off at the beginning of the ETC. So let's see. I'm looking at this ETC, and I see, oh, there's NADH, there's FADH2, so they're dropping off their electrons. And these electrons are then passed down the line from one protein to the next. That's what I see right here, as the electrons are moving down through the ETC. Once the electrons finish passing through the ETC, they're picked up by oxygen, or O2. All right, so I see my oxygens there. I can see my electrons go on, and let's see what's going to happen. Oh, I'm going to get some water in the end. Let's see what the reading says about that. Over here, when oxygen picks up these electrons, it also picks up two hydrogen atoms and becomes water, H2O. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this reading, it's really critical that you're going back and forth between the text and the diagram. You will know that you have a good understanding of this reading when you can explain this diagram one piece at a time to a partner. So make that a goal as you go. Something else you can try doing is labeling your reading with numbers or letters, like I could put a number 1 here, and then adding those numbers to my diagram, number 1 here, so I know that when I'm reading this part, I should refer to this part of the diagram. All right, folks, let's give it a shot.